Welcome to This Just In, the show bringing you the latest advancements in healthcare, strategy, innovation, and public policy. And now, for the fastest voice in healthcare, here's your host, Justin Barnes.
Welcome back to This Just In Radio Show, broadcasting live from Health 2025 in sunny Las Vegas. I'm very excited to introduce my next guest and great friend of the show, Rich Scarfo, President of Health. Welcome back to the show, my good friend.
Thanks. Glad to be here.
It's obviously been a great couple of days so far. 3 days, 4 days for you already now? You're going deep.
Been here for about 5 days now. No, it's been fantastic. Coming into it, a little bit of uncertainty in the marketplace, in the country. But I think that the energy here has really proven that, health is still the place that people want to come together, to connect, to network, talk about the biggest problems in the industry, and really how are we going to solve them?
Yeah, you got it. No, you got this market cornered. Energy's fantastic.
Yeah,
the movers and shakers are all here. Whatever you want to accomplish, I say that these certainly about health and Vive. Whatever you want to accomplish, you can absolutely do it here because everybody's here. You got the health systems, you got the providers, you've got the investors, you've got the patients in a lot of ways, but you got the thought leaders, you got everything.
Yeah.
So
and actually, we're seeing the most diverse audience we've had. We are up in every single metric except for one, which would be government.
Yeah.
But we have more clinicians, more nurse leaders. We have more patient advocates this year. We have more pharma, more VCs, just across the board. And it really feels like what we've been working on building the past couple of years took shape this year.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. No, and the energy's been fantastic. Like I said, I've been walking around now a couple of days talking to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Everybody's extremely pleased.
It's good to hear.
Well done. Thank you, my friend. So what's new, I guess, for the show for this year? What's new?
Well, there's a lot. As we've talked about before, we really like to come back every year with a refreshed show that really represents where the industry is and what people need. We added a diagnostics zone to the floor this year. We added an employer solutions zone. We added a pharma area. We have more pharma here on the floor and attending than we've had in the past. We have a partnership with physician side gigs that has really expanded. So we have about 120 clinicians and physicians here. So that's been great. We have a partnership with NAC, National Association of Community Health Centers.
Great group.
One of the things that I love that we did with them this year is our art gallery, which is not new, but what's in it is. We have artwork from all 50 states representing, or actually directly from the community health centers. So that's been good. And I think, with a lot of the programs that are in jeopardy right now, the importance of community health centers is critical. So we wanted to spotlight that.
Yeah, no, and I actually walked by that art gallery, and it's special. What you guys have done, I mean, this is the most unique show I've ever been to in my life, and I do a lot of conferences, but what you guys have been able to harness here, I even mentioned, I brag on the food, the high quality food, the people. I'm a big food guy, so you always have fantastic food. It's well run, the people are fantastic, but the people also work for health are fantastic, but then also the people here, so you really do have a magical tent here to that fosters a lot for the industry.
I've heard two words this week quite a bit, purpose and passion. And a lot of the new companies that are here, especially the larger ones, said, the minute I walked in, I felt that the event had purpose. It was intentional. And
very true.
Our team is really passionate about what we build for the industry. We take this very seriously. So I think when you put those two things together, it's a winning combination.
Absolutely. Great formula. What are you most excited about? I know it's a hard question, but what even think about maybe the industry, not just Vive. First of all, about health. What are you most excited about here? And then maybe in the industry in general.
Well, it's a little bit of the same, I guess. I think a couple of things at the event. AI, of course, but it's actually the purposeful advances in AI that we're seeing. I mean, that's the stuff that we're really seeing. It's not just about the tech and what it's doing. It's about how it's affecting people, from patients to clinicians to nurses. I'm very excited about the consistent discussions throughout the programming on access to healthcare, price transparency. I mean, these are things we've been talking about for a while. And a lot of companies are really focused on making some changes, so hopefully we're going to see that.
Yep.
We have a lot of amazing companies and top sessions on women's health. We announced on the stage on Sunday a partnership with BBC Storyworks. So we're doing a global docuseries with them on women's health and the gaps in women's health. And, it's something that we've seen at the event in different ways. So I'm glad to see a focus on that. And, I mentioned the diagnostic zone, and that's something that it's not just, labs. That's not really what we're about.
Right.
It's about what healthcare or where healthcare is going with personalized approaches, with home care, with home testing, and really making things much easier for people to access. So, and that we've heard a lot of great stories out of that area with companies saying, I go to different events and they're all good, but I don't meet the people at those events that I meet here. And bringing all the sectors that we convene, I think has been really important. So, and I think also in looking at our demographics this year, I mentioned, we're up on attendance, so that's always good.
Is there 8,000, 10,000? I don't know how many people are here. 12,000 people.
12,000. Well, just over 12 now.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But it's who is part of that 12.
Who's here?
Yeah,
it's a big difference.
And it's just been the most diverse group to date. So I just, I'm just really excited about what we've been able to deliver at a really difficult time.
So, because I didn't even catch all the cool sessions, you guys just kept on announcing really cool people. Who are some of the big headliners that have been here over the last couple of days?
Yeah,
in person tomorrow.
So we had, we started off with Rob Lowe.
Yep. Right.
Really good discussion around the impact of cancer on families and clinical trials. We had Mark Cuban on day one, and he loves the event, and we like having him here because he's pretty no nonsense.
Yeah. I use his medication company there.
Yeah. No, it's great, and they really have made that's one of the stories out of this event. The idea was born here.
Yep.
And we love that, and it's somebody that saw a problem and really went in and tried to fix it, and we hope to see a lot more of that.
Amen.
We've had the CEO of Kaiser, we've had the CEO of Centene, we have representatives from Hims and Hers and Roe and the telehealth companies. We've got more pharma speakers this year. So I think it's a great program. I mean, we delivered about 600 speakers this year.
Yeah.
And we had a great government lineup.
Yeah.
But
maybe
last week they all had to stay home.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's extremely unfortunate. But so let's talk a little bit about now the future of where your health events coming up, because you have Amsterdam. So talk about, and also obviously there's been a transaction. So just tell us about about the future in the next couple of years or so.
Yeah, there has been a transaction. We are under the umbrella of Hive Group now, which has been actually amazing. It's a company that we know very well. They're the 8th largest events organizer in the world, and soon to be 7.
Yep.
It's been a comfortable transition. I think acquisitions are always very challenging, the unknown. This has been amazing. So they're very focused on maintaining the brand, the team, how they can support us, and they know how important health is to the industry. So I feel great about it.
I don't like change. I'm not a person that's going to go to a change. So
I'm with you.
You're going to be my guest next year?
I'll be your guest next year.
Right,
no,
good.
I'm not going anywhere.
Okay, good. I like that. Okay.
And so what else?
No, very cool.
Yeah.
But so talk about Amsterdam. Talk about
so
next year.
We have
Vive coming up.
26 is going to be a great year.
Yeah.
We have so much planned. So we have Vive in February.
Yep.
That's in Los Angeles.
Yep.
We're going back, and we have a lot of new companies coming in. Big focus on cyber again this year. Interoperability, AI is growing, of course. We then move on to Amsterdam for Health Europe. We'll be in our 3rd year.
I can't in Amsterdam. It is going to be in Amsterdam, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And it's growing very nicely.
Yeah.
Again, it's hard to launch an event. It's really hard to launch an event in Europe.
I know. Yeah.
But we have an amazing team there that's done a great job.
Yep.
And then we move on to Health next year, which will be here in November. 15th
it will be
or
back
18th.
in Vegas.
Yeah, we're here again.
Okay.
A little bit later, which is good for a lot of people, 15th or 18th.
Okay.
But we've also launched something that will have us convening throughout the year. That's our Entree Dinner Series. And that is something we'll be doing about 200 of them in 26 all over the country. They're small curated dinners for 20 to 25 people, one topic, and we curate an executive audience for the sponsor. And we have had an amazing response to that this year.
I bet.
So I think what we've learned at Health is that, even though it's a large event and can be overwhelming to some people, there's intimate moments here. And it's really about bringing people together. And, we really want to harness that and see how we can continue to do that. And we know that in 26, there are going to be a lot of things that we have to talk about and address. And we think what a better way to do it than to bring the leaders together that can actually affect change and have great conversations and good food.
Well, I'm going to follow up on that one because I have a couple very, my large customers who would love that.
Yeah,
So yeah,
perfect.
I'm going to follow up on that one for sure. So in a cozy minute or so, talk about Vive. What do we look forward to in Vive? Obviously, that program is coming together very well.
Yeah.
LA.
Program is
February.
great. I think
February, right? It's February?
February.
Yeah.
I think 15th or 18th.
Yeah.
We're going to have, I think, a very strong policy focus there, given the government speakers we lost from health this year.
Right, good point.
Hopefully we'll be past all of that.
Yes.
And again, probably very timely.
Yep.
I mentioned the topics that we're focusing on. We're seeing an increase in our buyers at that event. At Health here this year, we had about a 38% increase in our buyers.
The hosted buyers?
Hosted buyers,
yep.
yeah. And it's a very important program for providers and payers and employers here at Health, but even more so at Vive. And we're seeing a migration to Vive from a lot of the flagship companies that we've been working with that have been attending and now are stepping into it. So I think that it's a very different focus than health. We always like to say health is the ecosystem event that focuses on innovation. And Vive is the business event that really focuses on what's happening with payers and providers right now. And the marketplace aspect is important at both, but for Vive, it's become something that has been essential to the success of its growth.
Yeah, and also the integration of Chime at Vive is great. I love
Chime's
those
great because what they do is they bring in hundreds of CIOs, and what we've been able to do in partnership with Chime is work with the CIOs to get into their systems and bring the leaders that need to be at Vive. And we call it the Ambassador Program, and it's worked really well, and it's given a lot of ability to get to hard to reach executives. And so as it's growing, we're watching the demographics as well.
Yep.
That event, we're happy to say, is still a third C-suite. So
cool.
It's where we like to hang out.
Congratulations, my friend. Rich Scarfo, thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.